Hi, my name is Athena, and I'm 32 years old.
Hi, my name is Carter, and I'm 35 years old. We're based out of Oklahoma.
And this is Financial Audit.
So, this has already been interesting because they don't know. We just started filming, but the tension's a little high here. It's been a little testy here. Yeah. So, we're married, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what's going on in general? I guess I may as well just ask that out of the gate so we can get the picture here.
So I love my husband dearly. We've been together almost 7 years. We met in May 1 year, started dating June, got married in November. We're 2 months pregnant on purpose. It was now or never for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
When you know, you just kind of know. And he was a very different person back then. But I don't know if life's gotten good and he's self-sabotaging, but we've had very big conversations on the fact that, like, if we don't start to rope this in as a couple and not me just saving us financially, you know, figuratively, then I'm kind of like got to make decisions on, is this marriage? And like, to me, marriage is everything, but I can't continue on this path.
Are you talking about divorce?
I hate to say that word, but It's either looking at that or just a long separation so he can get right. And
long separation. That's some heavy, not specific accusations, but saying going down a wrong path or taking some bad things. What have
So I'm sober 9 years.
Congratulations.
I'm AA, strictly alcohol. I didn't even drink all the time. I just, when I did, you never knew.
You went hard.
Yeah. And
Sure.
I'm military and all that. So, you know, most people will say I don't need AA. I love AA. I love the community. I love sharing my story with other women. I love men who come in and change their lives around. I love to see women grow. Like, I'm a big, very big in the AA community.
Sure.
But
you're blaming,
he was sober for about almost a year.
Well,
And
when we met, like 2 weeks.
Well, we met when he was 2 weeks sober. I didn't want to start this relationship throughout the time frame of us falling in love through church and through guided people. He asked me to marry him 3 times, and I was like, you know what? This is the path.
Sober with what?
So he's strictly a addict.
Yeah, so mainly at the end, it was
At the end of what?
at the end of all my addictions because I went through different phases with different stuff.
So it's finished?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I mean, I was messing around with psychedelics.
It's not that he messes around. Like, when our daughter was 6 months old, I found him dead on the floor. And the last thing the ambulance told me is, I don't know if he will live or die, but you can follow me.
How long ago was this?
About now 4.5 years
It was
ago.
right at the start of COVID.
Right at the start of COVID, when I had my 3rd baby. We were in the hospital. I was having a very hard delivery and needed him. And he said he was coming off of a big binge of weed and he was sick to his stomach, couldn't really be there for me. There's been multiple times where we've had these I love you conversations, but we got to change. We got to be better for our family. We got to give our children, you know, the best lives. Like, I love you no matter what. And it's not like I'm telling you what you can and cannot do. But it's to the point where, like, you need to make a decision if you just want to f around with these things or you want to be with family.
Guys, today is a very exciting day because we've put 6 months of blood, sweat, and tears into the best investing class you can find anywhere online. We've compiled everything from the real experts out there and left out all the bull that other people try to feed you. We will show you how to build a portfolio that is not only time-tested, but works for you and your specific situation. So check out the pinned comment or the top link in the description below and change your life.
It gets a little crazy, so you don't know my backstory. But
before when's the last time you've done?
Oh,
so
he's never done.
The last time I've done any opiate was that time she found me.
So 4.5 years.
That was the time I was like.
So now it's mostly kratom, binges. It could be anything. It could be a Jamba Juice, and he's addicted for that week, and nothing is going to stop him. Nobody's going to get in his way, not his children.
I have no idea what the Jamba Juice is. I've never heard of it.
Never heard of
that? Oh, we're originally from California, but it's like a smoothie place. It doesn't matter. With him,
she's just saying I have an addictive personality.
To anything.
I thought that was a new drug.
Oh, yeah.
That's been invented.
No,
okay.
but...
So addictive personality. I have an addictive personality, which is why I honestly don't allow myself to do a lot of things that fall quickly into addictions. So for you right now, it tends to be, like you said, psychedelics and... kratom. You don't think any of that's gonna accidentally lead you to spiral again with these past addictions? Have you had relapses of any kind on any drugs or anything?
Well, yeah, when you're in sobriety, you're supposed to be sober.
Yeah, anything counts. If you go in it with the mindset to get messed up, then that is a relapse.
How he went off on the 4.5 years ago was because I brought a bottle of alcohol into the house for ear infections. My Indian client, she recommended it and it worked great. And he didn't think he was an alcoholic, but only a addict. He ended up drinking that whole bottle, and that's when he was
then I
blacked
made
out.
The other bad decisions.
But like we've had this heartfelt conversation 2 weeks ago. I don't think you love me anymore the same as you did, and that's okay.
What do you do? Don't you smoke something?
I do hape.
What's that?
So hape is unprocessed tobacco, ash, and different plants from the Amazon jungle. Now, about 2 years ago, I had a massive stroke. And then I had a mini one after that, and they told me I was going to die. There was nothing they could do. We went to the emergency room. We've done all these testings. They gave up on me. They said, plan your burial, plan your life insurance. You're going to die.
This. Whatever.
We both do this, but not the same. See, it's a spiritual plant medicine. I actually work for the Kuntanawa tribe in the Amazon jungle. I've been there. I've made hape with them. I spiritually distribute it. I'm one of their guardians in the world.
Are you guys even connected? You seem so apart.
Well, we got in a huge fight 2 days ago.
2 days ago?
I think even yesterday we had a very...
You decided to come on the show well before that.
It's just everything for him.
I think it's a lot of stuff built up over time.
He says it's the stress of the kids. So
little things will make us blow up, kind of.
Yeah, but
I mean, she called you a ckhead in the pre-show interview, essentially.
Yeah.
What are you going to say when they say, like, your $3 drinks are not a necessity? And he's like, well, crack is cheaper, but I won't be a present father and you won't have a paycheck coming in.
When's the last time you smoked?
I've never smoked crack.
No, it's...
But I don't do those.
Okay.
I don't know the difference. I've never taken...
She just calls it...
Too?
I did.
He didn't become an adult until 2 weeks before he met me. When
I was like 22 or something. I'm 35 now, so it's been a minute.
Okay, good. That's what's important. You made it sound like via the interviews and stuff that we had that literally he potentially has smoked recently.
No, he didn't.
Okay, well that's how like it was taken.
No, I said his choice. You can. I don't know if you record the calls. Was. He's been sober, but he did die on me one time.
Yeah.
Then I almost died because of health reasons. I fixed that by going to an eye treat, going into my own body. And I don't believe in any of that stuff. I'm very black and white. I'm very in sobriety, like no CBD, no nothing. Like that's all. And now I can't sit here and say that it can't help somebody because it healed me. But I know that if I die tomorrow and there was $500,000 because of my life insurance that I pay, I don't trust him with the kids and making the right decision.
How many kids do we have?
We have 3, 2 together, 1 previous.
Me.
Okay.
But 3.
But 3 total. General.
Okay, wonderful. Ages?
3, 4, 7. I mean 8, sorry. She's growing up.
Pretty young, one going to that middle school life, right? Pretty soon, if not already. Okay. No, pretty soon. So...
She's only in 2nd grade.
At 8? Isn't 1st grade 5? I don't know. They're stinky and smelly, so I'm not...
Kindergarten is 5.
Well, this is obviously a finance show, but it is good to get the background stuff that we've already received on you. So finances in general... Well, first I'm gonna get a finance score for the household because we're still married. Is like the base of this conversation, like how close are we to divorce? Could this like send it towards that edge?
For him, it's never, and for me, it was always never until like I had this. Like I said, I don't think you love me like you used to love me, and that's okay. Maybe there's a woman for you out there. I love you too much to
that I don't love her
like you used to.
I probably don't show it like I used to.
Why do you think you don't?
Maybe because we're just together all the time with the kids, and I feel like I never get time alone. I'm more introverted, and she's more extroverted.
But you also don't want time alone. You'd rather sit there and play video games.
That's my time alone, though. That's like where I get to do what I want for me that makes me happy and fun. Like,
and I don't go out and do things for my own. The only thing I go out to do is help other women stay sober.
Go to meetings.
And every time I walk out the door, try and make money.
Yeah.
So we're both in a stage where we decided to have these kids together. We said it was going to be hard. We knew that we weren't going to have much help. and you signed on for that.
Yeah.
And then we had this huge conversation. He cries 2 weeks ago and then says, I know what I need to do. I need to take something, and I need to go with him. I need to take, what is it?
The kid?
2CB.
2CB. It's whatever,
So
psychedelic. I don't know.
It's not new. It's just
No, I like for you. Okay.
No, but he needed to go inside himself, and then the next morning he tells me, "Oh, it told me I just need to love you more, but I also need to not quit my games because I'll resent you."
Well, no, you set your intention and you go into it, and then during the trip, as your mind is wandering these different directions, you realize like what it is you need.
And I can't say that it listen,
Have you guys seen a therapist together?
I have tried for years to go to counseling.
Why have you not then?
He doesn't want somebody to tell him he's wrong.
It's not that. It's,
you said that exactly.
We have kids, so we don't get a babysitter to have fun. How are we going to get it to do other stuff? We can't even get babysitters right now for both of us to have jobs at the same time.
It's very hard.
So I just don't see how it's going to work.
In-house, maybe?
Well, I also...
Someone who could come to you?
Oh,
I also suggested that we can go one-on-one, but again, too expensive. We don't have money for that. But
I
we
would
have
rather
money
you guys
for
go together.
World of Warcraft. We have money for stupid like I've tried
massages for my wife.
I got one massage this year. No, we're gonna go into this because he can't seem to let it go.
No.
I got one massage this year, okay, and every birthday, every Christmas, every Mother's Day, I'm gifted gifts from other people because he never gives me anything. Okay, he goes, "Oh, I didn't have any money, or I couldn't write you something."
I didn't have any money. You guys, are you not combined?
We are combined, but he just spends.
She makes it sound like I spend way more. If you look, since we moved to Oklahoma, I've only spent stuff on food
Oklahoma.
And maybe
we moved
I
from
spent
California.
$25 on the game one time.
So we spent about $8,000 to move here.
But that buried us, the move.
But why did we move?
When was the move?
2.5 months ago.
February.
Oh, wow. And why was the move?
Why was the move? Why are we not going to our original plan to go see my daughter in Florida and be with my daughter?
Is this another one, or is that
my daughter, the 8-year-old? She lives with her dad right now.
Okay.
She has dyslexia, and they're trying to get her extra help that we can't afford.
Yeah, her dad makes more money.
And we were supposed to go straight to Florida. We agreed on this as a family, like, us, like, how do you call it? The initial family. And then he went on a binge with me and saying he was going to go within himself, and he never uses it spiritually.
Lots of going inside ourselves. That's very interesting.
He never uses anything like it's meant to be done. I can't sit here and say it doesn't work for some people. The people out there getting help with it, I've seen it cure PTSDs. I've seen it do a lot of things. It saved my freaking life. I'm not going to sit here and judge you if you need to go do it. But all I've seen is he went into a binge for 20 something hours. He fried his brain, and his grandma was like, you need to go to your dad in Oklahoma, and you need to, he's got a job for you, which he didn't have a job for him, but he got him a job.
Oh, okay.
That's where we're at. So now I'm screwed. My hair license hasn't transferred.
Okay.
And I don't have a job right now. So I'm making money. I have a little book. I've made $1,000, almost $2,000 this month with my kids in my hands. So I don't want to hear you don't make money and you don't try and you don't have a job. Because even on the sidelines.
Do you not have a job? What do we do right now?
She does a bunch of random
I do
stuff.
healing.
I do floors.
And I don't like to say I'm a healer. I'm not that. I do healing with the Hape.
The tobacco?
I've helped a lot of women and men.
Okay. And you do floors.
Yeah, like
flooring.
It's
not epoxy, it's a different polyurea, I think, but it's the flake in the garage.
Yes. How much do you make a month?
About what was it? Like 2,600?
He dropped his pay from
it's 3,000, but after the taxes and stuff, it's like 2,600.
He used to get paid $35 an hour.
That's gonna happen. California's cost of living.
But he's also so good, and as a wife, you want the best for your spouse, and you commit them and you push them to do better. And he even started his own little company in California, and then it kind of seemed like
Why Oklahoma?
Because his dad's here, and his dad is supposed to set him straight.
So the main reason was I came straight into a job.
That's not the main reason. The main reason was everybody was worried that you're going to go out and use again.
But that's why Oklahoma was, we needed to work. If we went to Florida, I would have my hair license. You had no guarantee of work.
I would have my hair license right away because you don't need that.
Are you not afraid that the stress of this back and forth, this fighting, is going to lead to any? Because you just said the fear is that he would go back into using something.
But at this
Is there
point,
not
like
the fear
that's your
of this
choice. At this point, you have an obligation to your wife and to your kids, just like I have an obligation to you. And even if you're not stressed out, he needed a reason to do it. So what's your excuse now?
Well, I'm not gonna do it this time because I've learned a lot from all my pastimes.
You know how many times I've heard that?
I don't know. It just makes me a little nervous because I think the successful rate of people getting off of opiates is about 1%. So
and I've seen it happen over and over. I've seen successes. I've been one of the successes through alcohol. I get it. It's not the same as, but
it's not. It's
harder. I get that,
AA
and that's why I don't.
For alcohol, it doesn't work for opiates.
Well, there's NA.
Yeah.
And AA is part of NA. And actually, a lot of people that go to NA don't have a success rate, so they go to AA and they were able to quit because AA is stricter and AA has different guidelines. And all I'm saying is, I love you dearly, and we don't usually bicker this much about it, but it's all been coming out. Yeah. And I'm very stressed.
We're not happy in Oklahoma.
I can make it work. Like I was crying about it, but then I'm like, you know what? My life's here. My husband's here. I will find a way to provide, bring my daughter here. If she wants to come over here, her dad said she's going to leave it to her as, you know, when she gets to a reasonable age, like 11, if she wants to be with mom.
Still trying to loop us back to finance. What do you bring in normally, averagely? It sounds like maybe we've had a good month, but normally what's your average monthly bring in?
The month before that was $1,500 with no job too.
Okay, so let's say 15 then.
But yeah,
are you setting anything aside for taxes?
Not yet.
Why?
Well, because I have no spare money because I gave the finances.
Well, that's not spare money regardless.
Okay,
that's money you owe.
I gave the finances back to him after my stroke. After I filed for bankruptcy, we tried
bankruptcy.
Yeah, I filed for bankruptcy.
When did you file for bankruptcy?
The beginning of 2023. We after I got
a year ago,
a year and a half, maybe almost 2 years now. Yeah, we
explains why the majority of the debt's in your name and not yours. But
well, no, I paid off most of his debt. We put everything onto mine. We were gonna pay it off. We started a bigger hair salon. I had a business.
Bigger hair salon.
Yeah,
I had a successful business for 7 years.
Like she wanted to move to her own suite out of like
the landlord
one of the mini ones, and
kind of this over. He said he doesn't work with women. Have your
it
husband
ended
call
up costing us a ton of money.
The roof started leaking. There was no hot water. We were bind into this, but luckily I fought for it. We got out of it. But initially, my biggest regret, which still it's a learning lesson, it's not a regret, is I didn't hire a lawyer to look at the contract. So it said I was responsible for roof and everything, even though it's his responsibility.
Okay. How many hours a week do you work right now?
I don't. Well, like on the side?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's your income.
I usually make about $100 an hour, so 15
hours a week. You?
Me? I get paid for 40, but I usually work about 30 maybe.
Now, one thing that did concern me a little, I just have to call this out, of just like a high horse thing. We talk about what we do in each other's free times, and you say, well, you play video games while I go and volunteer. Like if you're choosing to volunteer, that's great, but I don't think it's fair to say, okay, because I'm doing this high and mighty thing, it's bad that the other person's playing video games in their free time.
No. So volunteering, like for my sobriety, going to meetings does not count as fun time. It's for our sobriety. It is essential.
Well,
you have to go.
You guys made it sound like that's what you do when you have free time, though.
Well, because
she watches TV
and also there are like when we're talking about seeing therapists and stuff. I mean, since COVID, everything has remote options just on a webcam.
Our kids are very wild, so it's very hard
to
get
a conversation.
I think
destroy our entire house.
Something tells me a marriage therapist will be okay with you having to get up every once in a while and be like, yo, sit your ass down.
Yeah.
I don't think he's one of our kids.
They are pretty.
They're wild and free.
I'm very fine never meeting them as well.
Yeah.
But
no, they'll destroy
we almost
the whole
had to
house
bring
in
them because
5 minutes.
we got canceled on like 7 times for babysitters. Like
really? So you got babysitters this time.
We got a babysitter. Bless her heart.
You said you wanted to be close for your parents. Can they not help at all?
His dad just had a baby.
Yeah.
So he's in his own little world right now.
He made it sound like he would, and then he doesn't so much.
His biggest...
What's preventing us from getting to Florida if that's the main goal?
He relapsed.
It'd be moving costs again.
Relapsed?
He relapsed.
Wait, you said you didn't relapse.
No, that was my grandma's the last time.
Well, it's not a relapse. He relapsed on a bunch of and psychedelics and fried his brain. I moved out. I said, I'm not staying here. I'm not watching this. I'll take my kids.
Man, this is insane. Okay, when's the last time you did that?
That time.
Psychedelics.
That's the
when
2CB.
was that? When was that?
A couple weeks ago.
Okay. All right. Household score. I want you to say it at the same time. I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1, go. At go, you are gonna give me what you think the household financial score is. 0 being the worst possible score, 10 being the best possible score. So I'm going to count down, and I want you to give it to me at the same time. 3, 2, 1.
3.
I'd say a 1, maybe.
Okay.
This is different than his first 7 when we came here.
Yeah, that's because I watched the show and I saw.
trained him.
You prepared.
Yeah, I was like, no.
Why do you think it's worse? Why do you think it's better?
I only think it's a 3 because I've been on my own since I was 17. And
What? You guys have been married for like...
But I've been on my
Long
own
time.
without my parents.
Yeah, she moved out of her parents' house early and then.
At 17, you said?
Yeah.
At 17.
Okay, so 1 year
I've
more
raised a
than most
baby
people.
as a single mother. Her dad separated.
Yeah.
I've always paid my bills on time before the bankruptcy went
How
through.
does this make you a 3?
Because I survived and I find ways to go out and make it. So I know financially we're screwed. I get
but
that.
it's literally a score of where you're at, not
where we're
how
at now?
powerful you are or whatever.
No, it's not that I'm powerful. I'm just saying, like, I've managed to not miss a payment. Like, I've always paid everything. So,
Well, that's the bare minimum. That's why they're called minimum monthly
well,
payments.
when he adds debt and then I don't see it and then I have to pay.
Okay. What, you go all and add debt that
I
she
don't
doesn't
even
know?
add debt though. She keeps. If you look, you see through
Well, we
our stuff.
both
Go
don't-
through
we
it.
both
You can
don't
see what
spend-
I've spent. Maybe like
We both don't spend any more.
$200 frivolously since we moved to Oklahoma.
If you want your Hammer Financial Score, it's free. Description below. And if you want to come on and also not bring your children, make sure you apply at
Yeah.
calebhammer.com/apply. Okay, let's go into this. So we're gonna go through yours first, then hers, and then some of the combined accounts.
Okay.
And just clarify if we've just gotten it slightly wrong about who's on what account. Just feel free. But
We're on both. We
should have
both
it right.
use
Yeah, we both
everything.
use both. Yeah, so, however,
So they're on both your credits.
yeah.
Wow.
Mostly for mine is for, hair stuff and business, which again, I usually pay off right away. But then when I started taking the finances back, when I started watching this show and I started looking in, he didn't even know when his payments were. And there was some deferred interest that he signed up for.
Have you ever taken care of your finances ever?
Slightly. I set up auto pay.
Why did
just
you
so I don't
take
miss
care?
a payment.
Well, why did you take? So you took over because of the stroke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before that, I was managing everything.
When was the stroke? One more time.
About 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. When were you just back to? I mean, to
I
now?
just took him back like around 6 months ago when I found out he had this deferred interest for PayPal, deferred interest for Best
So
Buy.
what were you doing?
Well, some of
That year
that
and a
was
half.
her purchases on my account.
I get it. Some of
it.
them were mine,
So
but when
it's like 6 months. Some of them were a year later,
but
so
you
you
have to
forget
take
about them.
responsibility, like I told you, and I tell you
And
this.
then
I
she
warn
said,
you.
"Why didn't I pay more than the minimum?" I'm like, "We had no money to pay more than the minimum."
Why do you guys have no money? Why do you guys have no money?
Every time we do have money, he thinks it's like, okay, we can go out and eat.
Yeah,
we can go get on my
I'm
Red
guilty of that,
Bulls,
especially
or
in
not Red
California,
Bulls,
I did
my yerba mates every single day. Like I used to drink, what do you call it, Starbies, a lot, and I stopped because my family's more important.
Okay. Okay. City Diamond. City Diamond. Let's get into the money. City Diamond. $1,687.
This is tough love, guys. Just so you know,
Yeah.
I love him to death. I know I sound, but
Well,
it's like a hard.
I don't know.
reality.
We've talked divorce.
She makes
so.
me look so bad. It's so funny.
It's not that great. Like, would you? I've never lied to you. I've never.
Well, to be
cheated on
very
you.
clear, being bad with finances doesn't necessarily make you a bad person,
You're not.
unless you're putting yourself over someone else or other people. So it's not like considering each other bad people.
No.
here
Yeah.
in this sense. $1,687.82. Minimum monthly payment $56.31. But again, yes, if we're putting over like our children and stuff, yes, that would make you a bad
Like
person.
we had assistance for food, and he would spend a lot of it on energy drinks. And to me, that's like you have to make a sacrifice of not drinking that
Yeah.
and providing for your
Well, I'd
family.
use them to go to work and
So
maybe.
we
Energy
made.
drinks.
So I said, I
Tell him the joke.
I
Tell him
told
the
her,
joke.
I said it's
kill me.
cheaper than.
Oh, great.
And at least he'll be present and have a
Yeah.
paycheck. But that's his humor, and
That's
it's
wonderful.
It's humorous to most people.
Well,
and
it's funny to
but,
me because I'm not addicted to it anymore. But if I said that years ago, it wouldn't have been as funny.
But you are addicted to yerba mates, and you have to have.
Okay, a $43 of purchases, only making the minimum monthly payment, and $40 of interest accrued. Amazon Prime, Apple Bill, and Chick-fil-A. Why are we still going to Chick-fil-A if we don't have money? Why are we shopping on Amazon if we don't have
So-
money? Why are we getting things on Apple in-app purchases if we don't have money?
We don't go to Chick-fil-A anymore.
Oh,
And
yeah?
Amazon.
That's
Really?
right.
Because
That's
that's the
recent.
most recent statement. That's literally within the most recent
That's
statement.
you. You
Chick-fil-A
went
is where
last
he
month.
went. Where do you think he went? It's Chick-fil-A.
That's you.
Okay, take a chill pill, bring it down. I love you, but Amazon Prime. So I've never ordered anything, but he says we pay something because of.
There's 2 things on
It's
that.
like an ad-free stupid.
2 things?
I told you to delete that. Watch your ads. I watched the show. Taquitos.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
did.
God.
I did
tried
put
my
that
best.
one on there.
This is all you.
And then Apple Music. That's probably what that is. What the?
I will
$3?
say,
What
though,
is that?
I will say
Open up your subscriptions. It's on your phone.
I know.
And
I'm
just see what you
not.
have.
he wanted.
It might be her extra space on her phone because she fills it up.
Discover.
That might be what that is.
Discover it.
Discover was all the move. I actually paid off that card before
We had it
moved.
paid off and then we moved and it's max.
Moving truck alone was.
But it wasn't even just that,
$5,000.
because then you went $2,238 of purchases right now. Right now.
We didn't have a place to live for the first 4 days.
Me.
So
7,000. And then you guys weren't ready to move. You had to move that urgently.
we
that
had
second?
our LA apartment was infested with cockroaches. They deemed it unlivable. We came back from a healing convention.
There's no legal requirement for them to find you an
They
alternative.
did.
then?
They were supposed to, but they were shady as.
Well, then you.
Their
That's
water,
not how that
but
works.
that's
You
not.
get in
That's
contact
not
with
the only
court.
thing. I tried to contact the what do you call it, the
This is starting to sound like the
people upstairs contacted them. So I was like, I will with you, and they got him out and they screwed him over, and our water was off every other day. And they did that for
This
4
conversation
years.
immediately already sounds like the, okay, well, here's the thing. Oh, that doesn't work because of this. Oh, here's the thing. Oh, that doesn't work because of this.
Yeah.
It's just like the immediate, nothing ever works.
So when I put in the paperwork, right?
Yeah.
With the people, I told them it is infested with cockroaches. They said they have no choice but to wait 30 more days. All of our stuff got ruined. If we would have stayed there 30 more days with cockroaches running around in daylight.
But you still spent hotel money and this stuff. Could you not spend hotel money at that area, in that area for the 30 days?
I would have
and then they
loved to
would've done the
stay. I
things?
would have loved to stay if we were supposed to make, but we made a decision for my daughter who's 8 years old and needs her
But
mother.
you didn't make it to Florida.
We didn't make it to Florida because
I'll say why. Because I didn't want to move there with no job, nowhere to live, and not even my dad. At least with my dad, we could stay there a little bit. In Florida, we have.
Well, we could only stay 3 days and then he was gone.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, jeez. $142
Always
monthly
make it
payment on
work.
this. Again, $2,238 of purchases, $113.89 of interest rate. Guys, use the Fizz card if you're going to use a card. This is not, you are not credit card people. It's not even close. This is an absolute disaster. Oh, this is just for, because we needed somewhere to stay. We're going to get Thai cuisine. And then, yes, there you spent $117 staying somewhere. But then Chick-fil-A and
That's
Coles
when
and
we didn't
Whataburger and Amazon. More Amazon. Remember, the last one, it was just one Amazon ad-free thing. Well, there's more Amazon. Mattress Clinic. Did we go and get a new mattress?
Yeah, we had to.
Because it was cockroachy?
Even our couch, but we saved
We
our
could have
couch.
got a cheaper mattress, though.
It was on me. I told him we could get the blow up one for like $400. But we had already been sleeping on the floor for 4 months at his grandma's. So
sacrifice for another 4. Well, you just did it.
I did say that, but he said, listen.
Okay, well, you said it was on you, and now you're saying it's on him.
No, I
who's it on?
wanted a nicer bed because I think I enable him. Like, I just want him to live the best life.
Well, best life
want him to be
including
happy,
sushi
so
and
he doesn't-
hibachi. And Buffy Inc. $251. Comforter.
Oh yeah, his grandma paid for that. She paid us back
Great.
because he had to have his blankie.
Me. Wasn't that you?
What are you guys?
I'm pretty sure you said I want my blankie
I
that's
do
in
like
California.
it, but damn, I didn't care
And then
that
one
much.
of 2 within your statement salon visits that over are $100, even though you know how to do things. But we
Salon?
go, yeah, $124.
Honey,
So
that's I own a business. That's me
That's where
buying
you buy
products
the
and
stuff.
selling them.
That's where you buy all the dyes. And
I have never paid for my nails, hair, anything. I
Good.
do everything myself.
well, good. That's what I was about to be
Oh,
on you about.
Excuse me, I lied. I got my nails
Wow.
done one time because she did them for free for 2.5 years. I paid her one time when I went to LA.
That's pretty cool.
And she made me pay $40 and I was happy to pay it. 2 years of free nails.
Okay. What do we have this car? A 2020 Kia Telluride. Telluride?
Yes.
I don't know the I gotta
Telluride?
look up a picture of
It's
this.
a very good car. Our car got totaled. He got smashed into and pushed into a semi. And
I'm glad you're okay.
it totaled our car. We waited a long time to find a new car. But eventually it came to the day where grandma said, you got to find your guys' car. And I went to a dealership and
Wait, why does grandma
because we were
Besides-
using
she
her
lent,
van.
she lent us her
We
extra
had it
van.
for a few weeks and she wanted it back.
expensive car?
Actually, we got a really great deal on it. Yes, the interest is a little high.
I've heard a lot of people say that, and we're at 72 months.
I lowered it like $4,000 from what they wanted, and they were the only person actually in LA.
You lowered it by $4,000. Girl, they're not gonna take a loss on it.
I know,
buddy. No, that was baked in.
No. The guy who was trying to sell it to me was like, my boss would never go for that. You're crazy. So I walked right up to your boss.
Which is what every car salesman says in the history of the world.
No, he was very angry. I walked right up to the back office and I said, hey, dude. And he's like, you know what? I like you.
Buddy, I've worked in sales. I've played that game 1,000 times.
I'm sure there's a game to it.
I was like, oh my goodness, my boss would never allow this. Please don't talk to my boss. Please don't talk to my boss over there who will definitely not do this.
How angry was that guy?
I don't really remember. I don't know which one. There's like 5 of them.
Oh my gosh, I'm so angry that my boss just helped me close this sale. Gosh, I can't believe you just got this deal. Oh man, that's how he was. And I mean, we're guessing the interest rate's like 16%. What is it?
No, 12. I think or less than that.
Was it? No,
it was. I had to be under his credit because I filed for bankruptcy.
12. Okay, we know for sure.
Yes,
I can check.
I'm pretty certain it's 12.
It's not on this paper.
We did have a smaller car before it got totaled, but our car seats wouldn't actually close on the door because we had 3 car seats. So it was actually.
Well, yeah, not even an option.
Well, back then we had less debt too. So back then.
Back when? What year?
2020. After I filed for the after I filed for the bankruptcy.
Yeah. So you just declared bankruptcy and you thought you were good with finances?
Well, again.
It was
all for business, but before that I had 32 credit cards. I paid them all on time, never had interest on any of them. So
you went through bankruptcy.
Yes.
So
and I'm not ashamed of it because
it's not about a shame thing, but it's just like saying we were good.
We were. How good was I with the finances before we went through bankruptcy? Before we got to that point?
We went through bankruptcy.
Yeah. Well, the thing that bankrupted her was the salon.
Yeah. So it sounds like we weren't a good business owner.
No, it was the building. They literally put heads in.
So it's always someone else's fault.
No, they
from
smoked
everything
out the
I've
building.
heard, it's always someone else's fault.
They collapsed the roof with water. Water came out on us. And they
where was your insurance?
I had insurance. I called my insurance.
So again, everything's always someone else's fault.
No, we called our insurance and they said you are not covered for this building. And I said, but I have it under this.
Then you didn't do your insurance correctly. You didn't do due diligence.
They refunded me though. They refunded me. Said, so sorry, we don't know what happened. There was a glitch. You did it online when we called you. Something happened, but we are not responsible because.
You didn't have like a business attorney look over it?
What can you do?
Have a business attorney look over it.
But you have to pay money.
When you did. But before you signed your insurance to make sure you're good to go. Oh, no,
I just went through the actual insurance. I just signed up that day. Remember the day I got this loan? I signed up for it. Yeah. And they told me, okay, we're going to refund you all the stuff that just happened. And then they called us and said, sorry, you're not covered.
Well, they're always trying to get out of it. It says 12% on the
insurance
car.
is always a battle. It's a fight.
It says 12% on the car.
12%. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is our good deal car. 12%, $739 minimum monthly payment at 72 months with a balance of $33,440. Good deal. Okay. Do we have a VIN? Do we have anything? Have you given us the VIN? Yes. Can you get us the VIN? We have the VIN?
I sent it to them. Would you like me to just look it up again?
Yep. Nope. They're calculating right now. We're going to get what you think. How is the condition of the car? How are we looking?
Pretty good. Besides, he used to park on top of my motorcycle handle, so there's a few scratches in the front.
Okay.
But that's
and then the kids have
the inside.
How are we doing making these payments? Because this is a large chunky payment.
It is. We are doing good making that. We actually tried to make an extra payment, and then when we called them and said, "How do you make the extra payment on just the principal?" They said, "Just pay it." We did, and then they took the interest out of it.
They just kept. If you have to send them an actual physical check, otherwise they just keep putting it through there and taking their interest out.
Interesting.
So if you don't send it in, then they're getting their money.
Now, I hate saying this is my fault, but when I got sick, I upped my life insurance because...
You hate saying something's your fault?
No, I just hate saying that like it's my fault that I got sick.
Oh, okay.
Because you can't control that, right?
Okay, sure.
You can't control having a stroke, whatever. But I upped my life insurance because...
Were you doing anything that was like physically unhealthy, like smoking, anything like that?
I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't...
You did for a while, though, right?
Well, yeah, she used to drink.
Very rarely, though. I never...
Because I do tend to agree with you. I always play devil's advocate. I mean, there are lifestyle things that we can do that make it less.
They actually couldn't figure out why. They even said it was really rare.
But I'm not saying that in your situation. But just because you said we can never control getting sick, it's like okay.
No,
I mean, I can control me having less chance of having heart disease, but I'm a fat like can't stop shoving McFries down his throat. So like, yes, I do have more control in that then.
No, of course.
Oh, but
I'm
sorry,
talking
go
about
ahead.
like a seizure or like, things
I'm
like
just
that.
a natural devil's advocate. But
It's okay.
If you're a business owner, I have something for you that could instantly slash your operation costs. I'm talking about NetSuite by Oracle. Let me break it down. NetSuite is the #1 cloud financial system, bringing accounting, financial management, inventory, HR all into one platform and one source of truth. Think of it like the Swiss Army knife for your business. With NetSuite, you reduce IT costs big time. It's all cloud-based, so no fancy hardware needed, just log in from anywhere and boom, you're in business. And let's face it, managing a ton of different systems is a hassle, and it's not cheap either. You cut the cost of maintaining multiple systems because NetSuite gives you one unified business management suite. Plus, you improve efficiency by bringing all of your major business processes into one platform, slashing manual tasks and errors. That means less time dealing with headaches and more time working on your business. Don't just take my word for it. Over 37,000 companies have already made the move. They did the math and profits are real. So by popular demand, NetSuite has extended their flexible program for a few more weeks. Head over to netsuite.com/hammer to get details. That's netsuite.com/hammer. Start cutting costs and boosting business performance today. Trust me, your future self will thank you.
I upped my life insurance, and so I'm still trying to understand it. I pay a lot a month, but also my daughter, when she went with her dad, I needed life insurance on them because she's on planes, a lot of planes going back and forth. She was. And so I just wanted...
So the safest travel method?
He's just lazy. He would rather...
So now it's about him, not planes.
I actually, we're going to go pick her up, and he was like, no, that's not a good idea. You should just have me fly her out. Like, why would you drive?
He's saying planes are the safest travel method, so why did she need life insurance?
Why are they the safest? Oh, I don't know. It's
statistically
just,
they are.
So, well, that's great. But as a mother, and you want to, if anything ever happened to your children, be able to bury them without donations.
No, of course. But you did that because she's on planes?
Well, I upped her insurance.
She worries about planes a lot.
No, not really. But I upped her insurance when she started going on planes.
Okay.
I upped it from 50,000 to I think 100,000.
Now, where did we get the money to pay off this PayPal credit? Because it was a chunky thing, and then it just got paid off.
We got a tax return, and when I saw the deferred interest, he said, "Let's just let it slide." And I said, "Absolutely not. We'll make
tax return probably with decent child tax credits."
And they're actually missed. They missed.
I just got a letter. They're gonna send me like $3,000 more dollars.
Yeah, they messed up. We didn't get a lot back this year.
I thought.
Did you fully claim all your taxes though? Because I know you're not setting anything aside for taxes right now.
Yes, I didn't.
Yeah, I claimed mine.
I claimed all mine. Yeah, I claim everything. My Venmo, everything.
You're going to be claiming this year? Because
I do. I don't cheat the system. I just don't. I don't like to.
She has a good tax.
I hope not.
I have a really good tax lady though, and I do put a lot of my own. Like as a business owner.
Also, you're underwater in your car by $8,000. It's worth $25,000.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I looked up on the way here.
We love our car, and we're willing to work harder to pay it off faster, and you know.
Nothing like an engine surrounded by some pieces of metal to fall in love with. That is the American way, ladies and gentlemen.
It's comfortable to drive, though.
Great.
We're absolutely grateful we have a car.
Good. I would take that makes sense. Why did you decide to throw the tax credits and everything, the refund you got?
The deferred interest was like $300 something if we didn't pay it.
Okay.
So I said,
it's like, yeah.
I said, let's make a sacrifice. Then here comes his Best Buy bill, and he said,
there's more deferred interest.
And so I just paid $300 something on that. So our checking account for like the last week has been $22.33. And I'm willing to make sacrifices. It's no problem for me. But here we are. I needed a Red Bull today. I love you.
So it's paid off,
And
right?
she said buy the 3 for $8. I'm like,
no, I just said I know you're going to buy one on the way home. So please just
oh my gosh. Okay.
buy the
Is
deal.
there a balance on this card right now?
On which one?
PayPal credit.
I think the deferred interest was $2,000. You gotta tell them.
I think we paid it all off, and then I may have used it a couple times for like.
That was that. Can I see it? Can you pull it up?
It might have been like food or something.
So he thinks Brahms is $9 for a bag of burgers, and it is true. Like it's cheaper. I've gotten hot dogs. I've gotten sandwiches.
Go to Brahms all the time.
Not until we moved, but I don't eat meat actually, so I'm not eating any of that. Just so you know, I'm a vegan.
Oh, okay.
And I love my
That's
children,
the most
but-
vegan thing you've ever said. Like, every vegan has to somehow announce in the conversation that they're a vegan.
yeah.
Like, that had nothing to do with this entire conversation.
No, but you said you guys keep going to Brahms and you like Brahms. I don't like Brahms.
Is Brahms only meat?
Yeah.
It's like
Only?
And chicken.
hamburgers and chicken.
That's all it is.
That's all it is. Unless you want ice cream. I don't do dairy either. So.
Okay.
Stairs.
Maybe it's the one time a vegan calling themselves out being a vegan made sense then.
Well, she eats Chick-fil-A too.
Well, I used to. Not anymore. They actually changed their meat company. Sometimes, listen, if I'm starving and I could eat rice and beans. I've done it in the Amazon jungle for 2 weeks. I've done it in Peru. My mom lived in a third world country. I've been to that country. I've lived out there. I could eat beans and rice every day. I can make my family beans and rice every day.
Yeah,
He thinks that I am punishing our family by making rice and beans. It will not feed him.
When did you go to the jungle?
Last year. I'm a guardian.
How'd you afford to go to the jungle?
Obviously, credit cards.
Okay, so you couldn't afford to go to the jungle.
Well, no, I paid most of it off.
$78.
We still have a lot of credit card debt, so no, we couldn't afford it.
That's what's on.
Can I see what the purchases were on?
Yeah, I could tell you. It was World of Warcraft. It auto renewed without me knowing. I swear to God.
And you see, my hobbies are free.
I don't pay attention to it, and then I noticed it like a couple weeks after it auto renewed.
I don't mind.
Play without spending? It's the online service? Is that
Yeah,
what
it's a monthly service fee that you have to pay, and it's cheaper if you pay. I paid 6 months in advance because it's $12 instead of $15.
I don't mind hobbies when we have money. I get it, and I don't mind alone time. But his alone time ends up being 3:30 in the morning. He has to go to work. Or last night he played till what time?
Oh, only 3:30.
And we had to leave.
I
at
couldn't
7,
sleep though.
Well,
so you moved my thing.
Well, I mean, what was the impact on you in that situation?
Well, the fact that I have to deal with the kids and I have.
But I
3:30
get up and I do the stuff
but
that I'm supposed to do.
I go to bed with them.
Like if he
They
does,
wake up
Hey,
a lot.
and I put them to bed last night.
I put them to bed too. What are you talking about?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you put one of them to
But
bed.
all
huh?
I'm saying is like, who gives a like? I mean,
I give a because
She
then he
gets
doesn't
so-
want to go to
she
work.
gets so mad about it.
If he still does what he needs to do, who cares?
But he
if
does it
he's-
when he starts.
Okay,
he
well,
starts.
he just said he did though.
He starts, and then
So who
the
do I
next day.
believe?
Okay, well,
He literally just said he did. So I don't know what I'm doing.
You'll start something, right? And then it'll be like, oh, it's just today and today, right? And then it slowly goes,
what?
and then it's all of a sudden,
No.
I'm tired. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Like, you guys are stressing me out. Well, you played video games all night. You weren't responsible. Now
But,
I
how
have to
long
take care
did
of
you
I
our
only
kids.
do that once or twice a
2
week.
weeks.
I don't
2 weeks
do
in the
that every
jungle?
night.
Okay,
Yes.
why? What are you doing?
I have a gift.
What are you, X-Men? What is this?
So, I am not of this earth. I am in human form.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Listen,
Moving on.
Listen. 1 second, okay? I know you hate the whole healing things. I'm not pretending to be a shaman. I'm not pretending to be anything. I am helping the Amazon jungle be restored. I am a guardian for them. I believe in indigenous helping. I believe in the people. I use their medicine, and I have healed and helped over 60 people so far in the 8 months that I have done this. I didn't ask for this. It is just part of me.
Oh, she was against it when I first.
You can ask some stories. I see dead people now. I don't choose to see it. They come to me.
Be a mental health specialist or something if you see dead people.
Why? If it's helping somebody and I pass on a message to somebody, why is that wrong? Because you can't understand it. But one day when
Girl,
you need me, I'll
if you're
be here.
seeing objects, that's a sign of like.
You don't
what's
see
it called?
them. They pass you
Schizophrenia?
a message. You give it to the person and they heal.
Oh my.
I charge $111 for what I do. It's not fake.
Trust me, I didn't say you couldn't make any money off of spreading that. Everyone can make money off of anything.
You want to tell?
No, I've seen her heal people with it.
You think I chose that? You think I chose to?
Shows what?
She knows that you couldn't really know, and the person's like, "How the hell did you know that?" That's what I've seen.
And how have I helped them release?
Fine, tell me
that?
something about myself.
Well, it doesn't really work like
It
that.
doesn't work.
Oh,
like
it has to be the convenient stuff. Yes, only
that.
when
No,
it
it's
works.
not the convenience.
It's only when it comes to her randomly. She can't.
And it's not
make it
randomly.
come
It's
to her.
usually when I do hape. My higher self will talk to your higher self. I can serve you right now, buddy, and you're gonna
Serve me.
regret it. Okay. Do you want to get served?
Wait. What do you mean? What is it? How does it work?
I blow it through your nose.
No, I don't want that. I don't want.
Grabs all your
cancer. I don't
energies.
want that.
Gives you to Mother Earth, and gonna come out, Caleb, that you've been holding
Listen,
in your body.
I've pooped twice today. We do not need to go.
It
more
can
than
make
that.
you poop too.
I don't need to go to the jungle. I don't need to do
You're not
this. I'm
going
gonna
to the
live in the
jungle.
world I'm gonna exist here.
And you know
but
why
Noah,
you're doing that, though?
Noah,
He did say.
Noah
somebody
told
did
me
say.
he's willing to let you blow it through his nose in the post show. So make sure you guys stick around for the post show, and I'll abuse my position of power.
I love you
have
from
my
a
employee do
distance,
it.
but one day if you do need me, please call upon me.
I will see someone who studies human psychology in the world of science, and I will leave the jungle, but you can
It's not
bingo
about the
bongo
jungle.
bongo stick there if you want.
I'm just saying I help people through seizures and everything. So
Okay. Bingo bingo bongo.
I brought
don't
you a
wanna
crystal
leave
and
the
I
jungle.
forgot it, but
Oh,
I know how
good,
much
a
you hate
crystal.
crystals.
I don't know what the I'd do with a crystal.
I don't know anything about crystals either.
And
It just had a pretty
I'd put
sun on
somewhere
it.
and it would look nice.
My mom
but-
taught me never to go anywhere without a gift. So
Well, that's nice.
I appreciate you.
That's a nice heart.
I have a very nice heart. I may sound really right now, but I'm the most loving person in the world. Like, I love people. I love helping people. I came on this earth. I joined the military on a dare at 18 because somebody dared me. I couldn't do it. And I ended up saving a lot of people and helping a lot of people. So,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay. Oh, okay. Sure. Priceline. That's something. That's basically paid off, so it's nothing. But you have a Priceline Visa Rewards card. But that's, again, basically
Yeah, that's
nothing.
when she flew, I think, to the Amazon.
Amazon. Not the jungle. Like, literal 3 Amazon purchases.
I'm confused.
So
So
there's lots of
anything on Amazon.
Oh, well, someone is, because we've had multiple purchases now. We're at 6 Amazon purchases across the board.
I
at
think
this
you're
point.
looking at every month when they just charge us.
No.
No,
What
that
are you
one-
talking
it
about?
says
This is
the
all in
date.
1 month.
It says the date on them.
So what are we buying?
I
I'll
don't
have to pull up
know.
Amazon and find out.
I remember I bought like the stuff to kill any cockroaches in our couch, like some powder.
Okay, so you bought anti-fungus, and then you bought the cockroach stuff, and you bought batteries.
Well, were those bought recently? February.
February, March.
Yeah.
There's only been 2 things purchased. So
In the month of March, there were 6 things through Amazon as a company.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know we got.
Are they renting movies? Are they?
Oh, we did buy a movie. Remember?
Amazon's
Twister?
a large thing in general.
No, we just bought one
Did we
movie.
donate to Twitch?
No, we don't
is
donate.
there-
Yeah. I think one's probably the Prime cost
See?
for getting Prime.
See?
It's like $7.
The last thing I
Amazon's
bought was
in a lot of
It's
buckets.
$3 and then $7 if you don't want ads or some like. So all they bill it all separately.
He's a gamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I enjoy that when we have money. I know you might hate this, but live like no other. So one day you can live like no other
What would I?
because it's Dave
Hate that.
Ramsey, and I know you don't agree with him.
I like Dave. What?
Oh, you do? Okay.
I just don't.
I saw
just-
one episode where you're like, I don't agree with him. So I was
Well,
like,
on the $1,000 specifically.
Oh, okay.
And
So-
one size fits all. I like to be more nuanced, but no, I mean he's helped literally millions of people.
he helped me
so-
through. I went through a church program, and like I said, I got out of debt, and I've done it multiple times over and over. And obviously, we're when we get money, we're being responsible. We're not just wasting most of it. But I don't understand anything past after you get out of debt what to do because I was never taught.
But in the next Crater Clash, Dave Ramsey and I are we're gonna
Are you?
fight in the ring.
Good luck to both of you.
Yeah, good luck to Dave. I'd fight George, but he's short. That'd be unfair. Okay, freedom. His specifically? You're not on this at all?
No, that's under his name, yeah.
Okay, you're not on this?
No, we probably both, again, we just use whatever card.
Oh boy. $961. We are not organized at all, are we?
No.
$961.94.
This is nice. Okay, I've improved a lot.
Our dead body's going to fly out of the book when you open it?
I've improved a lot when I first became on my own because I was not allowed to control the finances with my last, with the father of my first child. He was the breeder, whatever, manly man of all men.
Breeder?
Breadwinner, I think she
What do you
means.
call it? So I had fun bucket money, which was all 1s, 5s, 10s, and 20s and 100s went to bills. So since then, again, I write a list of all the bills we have that I understand and know of besides subscriptions or anything he has. I put the
Can you
minimum
lift that
payments.
up for a second for the camera? This is the organization? That's
The
I
minimum
don't know if
payments,
that's
the interest, if
organization.
they're interest free, when we have to pay them off, how much we're paying, and after you
Listen,
pay
it's a step. It's a step, and I actually am glad that you did that. It's just that I feel like that's very hard to track being on kind of like a torn up piece of paper, but that does.
No, this is just a copy of it. I didn't bring the legit one.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, but that does show like actual effort, and I am happy.
And
with
he
that.
hates it. Every month I go, can we sit down? He hates it. No, why?
Well, you gotta sit down. Why aren't you sitting down? You gotta sit down.
Doesn't want to do it. He
No,
doesn't.
We got it. Just be a fucking adult. Be a man. Be a big boy.
I'm not responsible. I know I'm not.
He literally became a man when he met me because he was.
Dangle some World of Warcraft over his head.
That would actually
I've
work.
offered him incentives. Blowies during World of Warcraft if he can just. Like, I am an incentive person. I am all for my husband. I cannot give him any more love than I've already given him. He's got to either do this on his own or he's not going to want to do it. He's just going to fall back into a pattern of sabotaging, and nobody can help you
I
besides
just
yourself
feel
and
like
maybe a
it's
therapist.
so impossible sometimes. I'm just like,
I do it. I watch the kids. I work with them in my hands. I come home. I help you. We both do it, but you got to just put in a little more effort. We got to do it together. We're supposed to be a team. We're on the same team.
Okay.
I know.
All right. First time we've talked about under desk on this show. It's a new one.
You should try it. World of Warcraft.
Who says I have?
How you keep them, ladies. Not that I have the. Not that people think I am.
Yeah, because we're talking about divorce. Okay, $21.76 of interest accrued on this one. Minimum monthly payment was made. No purchases. The first time ever. $961.94 is the balance for down
You just said on 2 of them ago there was no purchases. First purchase ever.
No, he said no
PayPal?
purchases, but then there was.
But then there was. We pulled
When
up
he
the
flipped
PayPal
the
app.
page.
But there was one before that you said no purchases.
Dude, I don't know. This conversation's throwing me. I feel
going
like
all
I've
over the
already
place.
inhaled your essence of whatever toxins you want to put in the air. Okay. Best Buy.
That one's probably not very
Monday.
good right now.
What?
I said that one's probably not very good.
It's not very good.
Somebody broke
that's
his
the one we've been
headphones.
using.
$1,863 worth of headphones?
No,
No.
that was 150, but
40 cents. Okay.
buying food, the TV, the Raider of the TV we bought a few years ago is on there.
Minimum monthly payment was made, but then we purchased $348.97. What are we doing to 17 cents
So
or
the-
$17.61 interest accruing?
The only thing I approved of was the iPad because the kids broke it and we were only under warranty for so long, so we had to get it fixed before.
Oh yeah, the screen.
But
So that was like $50 and then $50 for a screen protector.
and I'm fighting them on the screen protector because they told me that was life guarantee, and I fought that man at the store.
She tried
And
to
he
get
was
it.
so mean. I just said, "Hey man, this is covered," and he ripped off. You don't want it? Then don't get it. And I was like, bro, I just was asking you a question. It's supposed to be lifetime guaranteed. And he's like, oh, the actual screen protector is. And I'm like, then can I get
You
it?
were pleasant?
I am a very pleasant person.
Okay, but you're a little aggressive.
Sometimes.
Like
If you come at me, yes.
I know, but I'm like
I'm
I
literally
want to
taught-
she starts off
like,
pleasant.
I'm having a
until-
hard time seeing a random NPC out there being such a dick like that without you being a little
You very
something
much
first.
was really
you
rude.
came. I will say you came in a little.
Well, yeah, because
You
I
came in
asked.
hot.
She had some
You
attitude.
come in hot.
She was
yeah,
mad
I
at
asked
me.
him a question.
I know,
said,
but if
what?
someone comes at me that I've never met hot, like I'm immediately defensive.
Okay, and exactly why I'm defensive with you.
Well,
I've
you
never
signed
met
up to be on
Of
here.
course. No,
Best Buy
come
guy.
at me. But you do
kinda
got to
signed
understand
up, I
a little
guess.
bit. Okay, you had a couple military people on the show. We are trained to shoot first, ask questions later. We do not go good in a corner. I will never become a police officer. I've been offered that job millions of times.
Please don't.
I will not become one because I shoot first and ask questions later, and I
Yeah, we
cannot
don't need that.
rewire my brain. So you're putting me to be like this evil person, and I'm not.
I don't think so. I'm not really assigning anything. I'm just like sitting here. I think I've talked less in this episode than almost any episode.
I told you I'm a talker.
Yeah. Yeah, shooting them words first.
I want to learn as much as I can. I want to understand as much as I can because if anybody's going to take the knowledge home, it's going to be me and try and change.
So far, I'm
Nah,
learning
this
it's
will
everyone
motivate
else's
me.
fault.
High five.
Best Buy total. Why do we have a yearly subscription to Best Buy right now?
Oh, because our
When we
TV broke
We
and
just
actually
can't afford everything.
they've
Yeah, I
replaced
know.
it every time.
Extended
I
warranty.
should get rid of it, but I have used it. I got a whole new TV.
They keep replacing our TV
When
because
it
something
broke.
keeps going out. And so we were going to cancel this year, but what if it goes out again? Then it goes our TV.
Gosh, it just really sucks because we just don't.
It's so
money.
expensive. too.
I can get rid of it. And you know what? If we don't have a TV, we don't have a TV.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, go work instead of.
We have another TV.
I did
dude.
apply to a lot of jobs and I'm waiting to hear back.
How many jobs?
I know you think this is not good because it's not a lot of jobs, but with
Well, you
his,
said a lot, so.
yeah, 5.
Well, for her, that's
Not a lot.
Well, no, because
For
the thing
her-
is,
for
I can
her,
only
that's a
work
lot.
at certain hours.
Okay. What
and
hours?
The evenings.
Okay.
And
There's only 5 places.
well, no, on top of that, I tried to get a job that would help us get out of debt. So I guess it's called Texas Roadhouse. And they wanted military personnel, but they asked me if I could wait a week so that their training thing, and they'll let me know in a week. So I stopped the process with everybody
So
else.
this happened a week ago?
Yeah. So I stopped. Because
Oh my
in the
gosh.
beginning, we came here and I said, hey, I could be a bus driver. He said, that's not going to work with my schedule. Who's going to take him to kids? Who's going to take him to work? So then I worked DoorDash. And he
You
said,
know what's my choice instead of all the herbal stuff?
What?
Was that honey cinnamon butter from Texas Roadhouse.
I've
Oh,
never been
dude.
there. So I don't.
That-
I'm happy to
that-
serve you steaks
that
and put a
owns this world.
and
You can conquer nations. with
really.
that.
So I wanted to apply at like 4 different jobs and it weren't convenient for him. And then last week he finally was like, yeah, you're right. Go get a job.
Okay.
So
So Mission Lane, yep, $81.74 minimum monthly payment. Ooh, it's close to maxed out. $56.74 of interest. Again, $172 of purchases, more than the minimum monthly payment. What are we doing? The balance went up on our constant accruing interest. What is this? Oh, tea in a bubble place. And then this. So that's getting supplies.
Yes.
But we're purchasing that on 2 cards that we can't pay off. Why does that make sense? That doesn't make sense.
well, I need the products to be able to do their hair. So it's a big investment, but then you start making money. I've only been here 2.5 months. I've taken 5 clients on the side waiting
Yeah,
for
but
my
why on the
license.
credit cards though?
Why do I have the credit cards?
No, why on the credit cards versus like in our checking account?
We didn't have the cash.
We don't have 2,000. Like it's big purchases you have to buy in bulk. So
It's like $150.
it's
looks
usually
like-
a lot more. I've been trying to like wait till the deals go.
Oh, she's
and
found some sales, so she bought extra.
and I
because
do
it's on
have
sale.
a lot of product that I am from LA getting rid of from my salon. So we didn't technically lose out, but it's going to take a while for me to sell off all these products.
Sure.
I
If we
posted
sold
them.
all this, I would have a lot of money.
Just keeps going. Ally
does.
card.
I think that is that
That's
the
mine too.
mattress.
No, that's mine
it's
too.
not.
$800.78.
And that went down. I paid a good chunk.
$27.
These were the
It's the
cards I
minimum
was going to
monthly
pay off
payment.
until we had your deferred interest.
You put a little more towards it, and yeah, it's that. Good. Okay. When does the interest kick in for this?
It just started to kick in.
Yes, it did.
And
Yeah,
I'm-
literally a couple days ago. Okay, that sucks. Oh, we made it through the debts. No more debts?
That's it.
No more debts?
Oh, we
think
do
so.
have one that I did not bring up. It's not really a debt. Okay, so his grandma has given us money, and
Whenever we're short money, she'll let us borrow.
she's
money,
always just
and we
come in
slowly
and
pay
save the
back.
day for him, or buys him something he needs, or for the kids if she feels like they're not like she'll send a lot of stuff. But the thing is, we did borrow.
Borrow. So this is a debt.
No, it's weird. She gave
it a
it to us.
gift or is it a
I want to pay
You
it
want
back.
to pay it back.
Okay, I don't
How much?
like owing people. So I pay
Well,
her
you don't.
$20 out of every week of my account. So I don't know what we're at, but it was $4,000.
For how long?
I just put it
She's
to
been doing that
infinity.
since-
No.
We
So
started
when
paying
did she
that
give
since
it?
like January. Huh?
Since when? February or January? Which one?
No.
I think
last
that's
year.
when she started the payments.
No,
though.
last year. I
Oh, you started them last
in
year.
like November, October. We went through a really rough period. Like it was bad.
And it was how the 4,000?
It was about $4,000. Oh, it was more, but I paid her a big chunk when we got our tax return, and she keeps saying, and she wants to give it back. She'll just keep buying us stuff. She doesn't want it back, but I don't feel
It's
right.
probably $3,664.
Like that's our only go-to if we needed help is his 80-year-old grandma, who's awesome, and she outdoes me at 80. Can I say
Yeah,
something?
she does because she only has.
I know
you
I
only
talk a
have
lot.
$23.22 in your checking account.
Now we have
so-
like 100, but your poor plant needs some light.
Dude, this. What are you talking
It's
about?
dying.
You're talking about that. You're talking about that little piece of brown that was on this plant since we've bought the plant.
Okay, but do you keep it only indoors?
buddy, we have these sunlights that are on it all night.
Oh, okay.
Look at the whole plant. The whole plant, except for the parts that have been brown since the day we bought it, are doing great. All this new growth, this is luscious
new growth?
green.
Okay.
Yes, and
Because
that's
in a lot of your
all new
videos, I
growth right
see that.
there.
I'm like, does it ever go away?
It's. Well, I don't. I think that
Have you
part
ever
came
told
dead.
it how, like, I know it's a plant, but have you ever thanked it for like the oxygen it gives you and stuff?
No,
like
because I'm not a freak. And look, there's a sun lamp right there. There's sun lamps over there. We take
that? I was
care
gonna say
of
maybe
the plants.
these lights help. This plant is beautiful, growing.
Pothos, they can just survive anything, right? So
I don't know. I put basil outside and killed it.
Yeah, she kills a lot of plants.
yeah,
I cannot save plants, but I can save people.
you can burn them and inhale them.
It doesn't work like that. You don't burn them at all.
Okay. It's pretty much nothing. Oh, good. Here we go. Yeah, $800 in this one. There was a place to stay, some lodge, and then Starbucks.
That was, way back then when we were drinking Starbucks. We don't do it anymore.
Yeah, way back then, like a month ago.
No, it's been 2.5 months. I did buy somebody a Starbucks because they were supposed to babysit for us. And then somebody took over because she couldn't do the night shift. So
expensive T-Mobile. I'd switch to helium if it's $171.
Question.
Yeah.
We took in a kind man. One of his coworkers. He came from Turkey. Great dude. His family is trying to come over here. Somebody stole his money. How do you say it?
So he was trying to rent a place. They showed him a house and he paid him a down payment and they stole his money and it wasn't their house.
And so he wasn't used to the culture of California.
Yeah.
So we took him in. After 2 months of him being really good, and he was just sleeping on our couch, our cockroach infested couch, poor man.
Yep.
He started smoking weed and started stumbling, and so we're like, hey,
Just
we love you,
lazy.
but we're gonna release you with love, and you have to go figure things out, because if you stay here, you're just gonna stop wanting to work and everything.
Sure.
And we connected a phone line, so he has his own phone. He's paying it every month.
He
You'll see
pays
he pays
$35
it.
every month.
And
Okay.
It's hella what the balance of the phone.
I think we can't cancel it until his phone is paid off, which I think it was 2 years and it's already been like a year, but he said he'll do whatever. He said, my friend, whatever you need, let me know. You've always been there for me. You guys are the kindest people I've ever met.
Yeah, I mean, I would just try to get him to do it on his own. I would try.
He could probably pay the balance of the
I
switch.
can ask him if he'll pay the balance. But he pays
sometimes
$35.
I mean, you can get out of the contract.
His
by
actual
switching and
total
stuff.
is $25.
Oh,
We
yeah.
charged him
They
an
buy it
extra
out.
$10 just in case he did run off. We'd have that back thing.
Okay. Starbucks, City Bites, Taco Bell, coffee, hibachi. Whole Foods is an expensive way to eat for people who do not have money.
So
Especially since it kind of tastes
we
like
have a lot of
everything else, but
we have a lot of restrictions. I cook a lot, but we have a lot of restrictions. My daughter can't have basically sugar, like
Okay.
white sugar. My
It's
son's
unfortunate.
allergic to
Refined
cinnamon,
sugar.
like refined
Okay.
sugar. She gets very
and only Whole Foods doesn't have sugar.
no, but
They just have better options.
they have better options when we cook. Everything's
Sure.
organic. I don't drink I don't drink Starbucks, or I get really ill if I drink Starbucks now since the stroke. So
Sometimes it's not coffee. Sometimes she buys
sometimes I buy the kids food if
sandwich.
we're traveling around, because like I said, the first time we didn't have a place to cook. Everything had to be eating out. which
Starbucks
sucks.
is the food place.
They like the Impossible sandwich, but we don't again, we found out the ingredients, and
Cake pops.
well, they usually get free cake pops.
Yeah.
Everywhere they go, they get free stuff.
Kava.
That-
Go inside a gas station, get some Taco Bell. Liquor store might not be liquor though.
I know. I buy wine for the food. My mom has proven we cooked with a little bit of wine. Just
Kava, Taco Bell,
so once every
Coffee.
8 months.
Chick-fil-A. So going out, spending the bull.
Oh, did you put the mattress thing down?
Huh?
Is the mattress thing on there? The synchrony?
I just barely found out how to get access to that card. I
Yeah.
can tell you what it is. It's $1,500, and
Interest?
I made $100.
There's no
payment,
interest if
and
we
there's
do
no
it
interest right
in
now.
12 months.
12 months from when?
So I paid $100
Last
on it.
month?
So 11 months. Okay.
He couldn't somehow. They think they.
So we need to pay $136 towards it on a monthly basis.
They put our old address or something because they said that we wouldn't get approved if we put a new address.
This
that they
is
don't-
another bed?
No, it's the only one.
So I put partial payment on one card, and then
Well, what was that $1,000 we saw for a mattress?
That's the partial payment. It was
Oh,
$2,100.
life.
and then they opened that
Guys.
card, and that was the rest
Come
of
The
it.
last
on.
time I
We're
bought a
choosing
mattress was
that?
15 years ago.
I don't give a shit. You
They're
can get a cheap
expensive.
mattress.
Where?
Yeah.
Where? In literally any mattress store. When I went and got a mattress, I got a $300 queen size mattress.
Oh, I think it's because maybe we have a king bed frame.
Cali
I don't know.
Key.
Buddy,
I'm fine sleeping on the floor. I've sat.
Oh, you say that.
Noah just got a $300
You
queen
say
size
that.
as well.
His dad did say he got a $400 nectar or something, and that we should
He
have
said
done.
he got one off the
Yes.
internet. It's like a Tempur-Pedic.
Yes, nectar,
It's
that-
He
$400.
said, why didn't we do that?
Nectar's what I have now once I upgraded. Yes. Oh, guys, we're just beyond unorganized, beyond irresponsible. It's just okay. Okay.
I would call sleeping necessary.
I don't think
And I'm saying it has to be that expensive. I'm not
necessary.
saying. Did all our kids sleeping?
Yeah, they all sleep
It's
in
big
their
enough for
bedrooms.
everybody to sleep in.
Total progress made on debt overall net was $502, where really $3,624 with new charges and new interest on all the debts is what we saw.
Is that in this last month or?
It's within the statements that we have, which is only a month's time. Most recent statements. Are we gonna budget together as a couple? Are we staying together? What are we even doing?
I never said like I want to divorce. Like I said those. I don't
This
like
is
to
very
say those
confusing.
words.
But where are we? Where are we actually headed, George? So I can know like what I think
My goal
you should
is
do.
to be together forever and to get through the hard times. You know, when you marry somebody,
multiple few $100 king size
when you marry
mattresses.
somebody, you say through sickness and through health. He's sick
Yeah,
right
a lot
now.
of people say it, and 50% of them go back. So
Yeah.
what are we doing?
Well, it's up to. I'm through sickness and
Well,
health.
it sounds
He's-
like up to you because it sounds like he wants to stay together forever.
yeah, but then he's
Is
like,
what you said.
yeah, but then he's also going to be like, but I won't be here for you. I'll just be in my own little world. So that's not really.
Are we staying together?
Of course, I want
Okay,
to,
Okay.
but we gotta put in the work together. Like, can't do everything. I'm stressed the out.
Yeah. I'm stressed the out.
Ground yourself, man.
Girl, I'm as grounded as I could be. I am right here.
No, your shoes are on. You're not grounded. Go hug a tree. It'll make you feel better. It sucks, but it does.
Actually, one time she told me that, and I said, "Shut the f up," and then I went and did it.
Shut
and
the f up.
I did it, and I actually felt better. I was like,
Probably because you went outside.
"Yeah."
Going
Well, we were
outside
outside
makes
when
you
she
feel
told
good. You
me
get
that
a little bit
already.
of sun on you.
He was already outside.
We
He was
were
feeling
walking,
like,
see, and she's like, "Hug that tree." And
I don't like to hug the trees either, bro. But God-given earth.
Also, what is this meta zoo thing that you guys spend thousands of dollars?
it's a freaking card game.
I hate you, MetaZoo. You screwed
At the
us.
start, it was great. We bought a box, $100
So it's
bucks,
someone else's
and it was
fault
selling
then.
for like 900. So at first, we're like, "Oh shit, dude!" Like, we just made 9 times our money, but now the price dropped, and it's
So he went in a rampage of buying a lot of them. And so if you can't beat him, you outsmart him. So whatever he bought, I bought when we had this money, this free money come in from COVID or whatever, because we didn't get a payout for 9 months or something. Then we had some money. All our cards were paid. And I said, okay, if you want to do this investment, but he was opening them. So whatever he bought, I made sure he put one
Yeah, I
away
don't
that
open
he
too
didn't
much.
open. So we actually have $10,000 worth of Pokemon we're selling right
I'm
now.
selling them now.
The MetaZoo.
I brought in 1,100.
Where we
of
got
those.
over is they had this Kickstarter
In the
where you
past
buy a
week.
$5,000 painting, one of the original 25 characters, and some of them are going to be valued at like 100,000 if you get Mothman or something. So I told him, if you think it's right,
What is this? Okay.
I said, if you think it's right and it's like I'm behind you, I'm your wife. Whatever you do, I do. Let's go. And then they didn't send it till this year.
Do you guys have any investment accounts?
I do. I had a Roth IRA.
Had.
I do, but I okay, how do I say this? I have a Roth IRA. I put $600 when my daughter was young. When I separated, I used the $600. They said there was no penalty because I never took out more than I put in. And I have not been able to put anything. I did have a Marcus Goldman Sachs account where I had a little bit of emergency fund. It's not a lot. It was like $300, but when his debts came up,
So just to be very
transferred
clear,
it.
instead of putting anything towards a Roth IRA or a 401k or even individual stocks in Moomoo, what we're doing instead is we're getting some gambling on hoping that a $5,000 we're putting into a painting or something like that turns into 100,000. I'm still confused. What this zoo whatever thing?
MetaZoo,
I've never.
yeah.
It's like Pokemon.
It's Pokemon, but it uses things around you. I guess like if it's
like
your
a
birthday, you
different
can use this
version.
card. If there's a mirror in the room, you can use this card. It actually went viral. It was crazy. The Kickstarter box
blew
went
up
for
for a while.
$10,000. We now have one of those Kickstarter boxes because
what's it worth?
about
But-
1,000. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We didn't
Went
get
down a
it.
lot,
They
but
gifted
still
it to
worth
us
a
because
lot.
they up and didn't send out the pictures, and we never got our gift. So
Someone else's fault again?
they never. Well, you buy something, you expect to get it, right?
Sure, but like just everything in this world. I have
No.
not heard. Have you taken responsibility for one thing?
Yes.
I think one thing. You were like, I hate that I'm taking responsibility for this right now.
That's
I forgot
true.
what that
yeah,
was,
I
but-
can't control that.
Oh, yes, correct. So that's the one thing you've taken responsibility for in
Like,
this entire conversation.
What do you mean? I've taken care of my kids?
Responsibility.
Like, yeah.
No, taking responsibility for like anything going wrong ever. The one thing
No,
you
yeah,
actually
life
took
I supported him. Okay, I did the wrong thing, but I
thing?
stand by it.
What wrong
I
thing?
supported him through the MetaZoo, and I know that it probably wasn't the right decision. But you choose to be in a
Well,
relationship.
the MetaZoo was your choice?
Yeah, because I saw it blow up. I was like, oh, I said you could.
I don't believe in that.
I don't
My mom would say chingadera. I don't
Well,
believe
I
in that
don't
chingadera.
understand 401k
I
and
will-
all that.
Quinceañera?
Chingadera. Junk.
Oh,
Stupid.
okay. Sure.
But I support my husband, and if you think that's a good call, and if we back up and we fall out, we'll find a way out. That's my responsibleness. Okay, we're out. We're under. Let's find a way.
Okay.
So now we're selling all his
But
Pokemon.
do you not recognize that throughout this entire conversation, just constantly, throughout every single piece of paper, every story when we went in, it was just like, it was a deflection and a blame on what someone else did that was beyond our control. Every single time. This entire conversation, you're going to have to watch it back. It's very interesting.
Sometimes it is beyond our control.
Sure, but everything has been here.
Well, we've had a rough few years that we didn't plan it. It happened, but we're dealing with it. We're living through it. We're not giving up.
Yeah, that's not at all what I'm saying. I'm just literally, you've blamed it all on outside factors outside of you. Things are going to happen. I'm not going to say that nothing's ever going to happen, but literally everything throughout this conversation has been, it is something, it is the
No, because
world's
when you brought
fault
up the
outside
fast
of
food, I
us.
said we could be better. We could, like I said, we could eat rice and beans at home. And I will eat it. If he doesn't want to eat it, I'll
You
eat
said
him.
he went to Chick-fil-A. That's what you said when I brought up the fast food. You said
Well, I
he
think
goes
we
to
went in
Chick-fil-A.
the same car because for our kids, though. It was for our kids, so it wasn't just because.
Yeah, but
like,
that's not what you just
Mom
said. You
wants to
didn't
go-
say, let's get rice and beans. You said he went to Chick-fil-A.
Well, that's why I asked, did you go to Chick-fil-A? Because I didn't realize that
this
purchase.
isn't
We haven't.
productive.
I mean, it is. I mean, I get it. I am taking responsibility. Obviously.
Where?
Everything. This is all me and him together, right? This is us.
What are
And
the
now
actions?
we're gonna.
What are the actions?
I go
What
get
are
a
the
job. I
actions?
work harder.
No. What are the actions that you took that ended up to the place that were irresponsible decisions of yours? What were the actions? What are we able to acknowledge that got us into this place to begin with? You didn't make the choice to have a fully funded emergency fund. Having a fully funded emergency fund would protect us from a lot of things that are outside of our control.
Mm-hmm.
That is an active choice because you were not sacrificing things in order to have a fully funded emergency fund.
Okay.
So that's a part of it.
Of course. Of course.
What are the actions?
When I save, when I start
When you're
to
willing to take responsibility, as you say you are, what was irresponsible that you've messed up that you are willing to take responsibility for?
Like when he purchases something, right? And I save, I get angry and I go, well, why am I the only one saving? Why am I the only one sacrificing? And
It's
I
your
go out.
fault.
No, I go out and spend. It's my problem. I have a problem where I'm like, why do I let that get to me? And then I go spend. Why do I give my children what they want rather than what, like, hey, rice and beans is just as good. Soup's just as good. Listen, like, you know, you guys are young and you don't understand yet, which I've been trying. I've been, you know, learning more of. But there was a period where I was sick. I couldn't cook for my family. I couldn't do these things. I was very ill. I was in and out of the hospital. They told me I was going to die.
Yeah, and no one's ever going to say you were bad for that part when you're in sickness. Like, I don't know, let's not go to the...
So now I'm getting better
factor,
and
you
I'm
know? It's
I'm
like...
working on myself, of course. Every
what
day.
I
work
am
on
asking
myself.
for is taking specific responsibility. You started
Yes,
going down,
I
you started
started.
going down that path for a second, and then you were immediately like, and then I was in the hospital. Like, there was so much more life before what happened. 2
No,
years
of course. And so I started charging things a card. We all Americans do it, right? We all do it,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's stupid. We should not charge it. We should not spend
And
money
you're
that we
paying
don't
off
have.
other than child tax credits, which are good.
Wait, what?
Your lack of paying them off other than the child tax credits, and then you went through bankruptcy as well for the business.
The business, yeah, that's
Yeah,
all
but
me.
not paying
That's
off
all
the-
me. That was my
but
mistake.
not paying off the cards.
Wow, you said I didn't take it. That was my mistake. The business was my mistake.
Oh, good. That's
so
fine.
I
Well,
took-
earlier you said it was because of the landlord. So
It is, but it's still
Oh,
my
okay.
responsibility. It shouldn't be under him. He shouldn't take a bankruptcy. He wanted to take a bankruptcy for me.
I'm not saying
Absolutely
it's
not.
either you or
so
him.
it was my responsibility. I have to do the actions. I will
Why
not.
would it be under him? Who would ever suggest it would be under him?
Because
it's
he
not
wanted.
his business.
Well, he wanted. Well, it's our business together. I mean.
Oh, you were in the business?
Well,
Well,
not.
I mean, I'd help a little bit.
He-
I was supposed to read the.
He has offered to like go to accounting classes and stuff because again, I'm not the best with numbers. I'm trying my best and I'm working up to it. I would love to take an accounting class, can't afford it, but he's promised me for years he would take it and help. We do it together, but most of the time when he offers to help with something, he just kind of dwindles away and I figure it out myself.
If we didn't spend $442.60 a month on going out to eat, or 5.5% of our spending, I think we could take a budgeting program online. Again, I'm willing to give things. I don't know what Course Careers has in terms of that. Usually it's tech certifications, but I'll gift you one if there's one for budgeting. Miscellaneous things that do not improve your life in any way whatsoever. They're just miscellaneous bullshit. $1,749.19, 21.8% of our spending.
Yeah. How much?
Unknown shopping. Typically, Amazon is about 2.2% of your spending. Again, net, only 6% of your spending went towards debt. So it's a no. It's not a we can't afford it. It's your money's going everywhere, and you guys just don't know what's going on.
No, of course I don't know.
That's
right. Why I came here.
You need to sit down with each other on a monthly basis. Go through the budgeting program together and take the quizzes together. But let's create you just like a high level budget and say, you applied for government benefits last week?
Yes, I had to.
Well, what?
Because I
what
can't.
Kind?
Food.
Food. Okay. Food assistance.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you guys got? But you're not reporting your income.
Yeah, I did.
You're not paying taxes though.
Why would I
well, you're not
report
setting
everything.
aside.
My tax lady does whatever she does and puts it, and she says you're under.
Oh, okay, probably because you don't make enough.
Yeah,
she doesn't make enough for the business.
Children.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Y'all got to use my favorite high yield savings account where you can get up to 4.6% on your money plus FDIC insurance up to $2 million. You can also get up to $300 for signing up today. It's the personal high yield savings account that I use for my money, so don't let your money be losing money while it's just sitting there. Click in the link in the description below and get those bonuses. Okay, have you heard back?
Yes, they approved me for $622 next month, which we discussed that will be our only spending. Together, we're gonna try to do it together.
On food?
Yes.
Okay. Only spend it on food. You think you can? You think that's gonna stretch for 4 of you?
It's very hard.
It could, I think.
But I make bigger meals that are like I'm not taking responsibility, but a lot of the time, I want to be the one to cook. I want to be the one to not go out. I kind of yell up, like let them know, like, hey, if we go spend this, it's more debt we go in. I don't care. I'm happy. Let's go. Oh, I don't care. I'm happy. Let's go. And what do you do? You're sad. You don't want to.
You meal prep and then you reheat? Is that what we're talking?
No, I cook that day and then usually leftovers the next day.
Think about some potential meal prepping as well. Meal prepping can be a really good way to save money because we're buying in bulk. Now, the reason I asked if that's going to stretch, that could stretch for normal, but there's a lot of dietary restrictions here.
Yeah.
Across the board. So what do you legitimately think? Grocery bill we could do on a monthly basis.
Well, we had $900 in California, and that barely got us by. But like I said, I will make whatever work. My mom made it work when she was alive for my dad.
Please, a number. What do you think will
whatever
work?
The number is for the so $622.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and make. That's what I said in the beginning.
Yeah, but you can add more cash on top of that with your own.
Yeah.
We could, if we need to, but that's what I'm trying to stick to. I'm trying to stick with.
Okay, so we're gonna try that. Okay.
Yes. 622.
Health, medical, anything ongoing.
We just got Sooner. I just had kidney stones 2 weeks ago.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So the VA covers the first 2 emergency rooms, and then they signed me up for something called Sooner, and they said, yeah, you need that. And so we just got signed up, and then we're trying to get child services where they will help us watch our kids, so that we can go get better.
Sure.
I can go get a better job.
Okay. What do I need to put for medical on a monthly basis?
I don't think there is anything.
Nothing. There's nothing ongoing. Okay.
We don't take
gyms, gym subscriptions.
No, our apartment comes with one.
Oh yeah.
Good.
That's great. TP
fund. Anything else you need to survive? This could be school stuff as well. It's really going to vary on a monthly basis. We're just trying to get just an average, and I'm thinking about $200. It's everything else you need in life. Toothpaste, blah, blah, blah.
Because the diapers, he's almost out of them. We're trying our best.
Phone bill. What was that? It was like
171.
Okay. What's your rent?
$1,540.
Utilities? Water, gas, electric.
So water's like $50 a month. Electricity is like $100 a month. And then internet right now is 90, but I could drop it down to 70.
Let's drop it down to 70.
Yeah.
It's World of Warcraft. I don't think it needs to be the
It doesn't need
paying.
500 megabytes. No, it doesn't.
Well, didn't you you tried to put
loader? No, I think now, so I tried to get my router installed, and then it didn't work, and then they said I was going to have to pay $15 a month to use theirs, so they made me upgrade the plan to get the deal back. Yeah, it's just a big...
Have renters insurance.
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
We have 2 renter's insurance right now because we're trying.
$20 a month then.
It's
Something
like
that?
30 something, and then we have the other one that we cannot cancel
We'll
until our
cancel the other
insurance
one
goes
once
through
we get
here.
insurance. In
Well, how much
Oklahoma.
is that on top of the 30 then?
Another 20 something.
So 50. Okay, 55. Let's call it. Gas, vroom, drive.
We do drive a lot. We go to parks every day. We just go to do free things.
Fills up, it's
Number.
between $50 and $60 to fill up, and we fill up at least once a week.
Oh yeah, because the DoorDash
Oh
but
my-
we don't do that anymore.
Oh, we were doing some DoorDash.
I was.
Yeah, without the DoorDash,
I worked at
I
like
think it'd be a lot
12
better.
a.m. through 3
What do I
a.m.
budget for gas?
I think 200. Can we do? Oh
I'd
no,
say
that's not enough.
$250.
Because he has a car, but he owns it. It's a 1992.
I only
Toyota
drive
Camry.
it to my dad's down the street. One tank of gas lasts 2 weeks. It's
Car
$30.
insurances. Car insurances.
Oh, I don't know how
Car
much they are.
insurances.
One car insurance is 2 something. Oh, that's for both of us, and then I have a
2
motor.
what? There's a lot between 2 and 3.
I think it's like 270. I'm not. We're trying to get it.
And the other one?
Motorcycle insurance is 27.
Oh, there's a motorcycle?
I have a motorcycle.
Sell it.
I will not sell it.
She'll lose a lot of money.
Should I even continue
I will lose
this?
a lot of money. It's not even mine.
Wait,
It's my
what
daughter's.
do you mean lose a lot of money? Is there debt on it?
No,
So you just mean in terms of what
it's not worth
what you bought?
It's not
versus
worth
now?
anything compared to what it's worth.
What could you sell it for? Realistically.
Because of the special seat I have, because I tore everything in my right arm in the military, or my left arm in the military, probably not even much, but maybe less than 4,000. But it's not mine. I promised it to my daughter, Harley. That's her name. That's the bike from her
9-year-old?
dad. Yeah, it's from her dad.
When
And it's also essential to me because when he takes the kids in the car, that we can actually take the kids in the car. We can't take the kids in the Toyota Camry. I ride that. That's my like transportation to work. But it's not here.
Wait,
I
you
have to
can't
bring
drive
it.
his whatever car? Don't we have 2 cars, you said?
Yeah, he has his 1990. It's barely working, so we try not to
It's
use
a
it.
92 Toyota Camry.
It was gifted to us for our wedding because he had like a
It's
boat.
pretty much
All I'm
just.
saying is $4,000 could pay off some debt.
And I'm willing to work extra hard to keep that.
My life. Okay. Guys.
It's actually what got me sober, so it is very, very important to me. It may not be to you, and I understand that.
No, it's not that. It's just it's a bad answer for everything. Okay. $297 for car insurance. A motorcycle got you sober? That's interesting.
It actually got me back to civilianhood. Like I couldn't come out of the military. Like I would pass Coke cans and they would look like IEDs and all this. And I sat on a motorcycle for the first time, and I do a bunch of 9/11 rides for veterans. I support a bunch of those things. So yeah.
$297 for car insurance, nothing in subscriptions. Anything else you need to survive that I do not know other than your minimum monthly debt payments? What else is there? Anything else that needs to be in the budget?
No, we pretty much do everything ourselves. I cut their own hair.
I am beyond excited for you to reach into Noah's soul in the post show. Fucking just whatever this is. I need this. Oh, man, the debt minimum payments are insane. $1,339.67. Alrighty. I think you guys, more than anything, need to have a big conversation where you want to be. Like, literally, physically, where you guys want to live. And, like, figure that because if we're going to put down roots and like...
Yeah.
First of all, $2,600 comes in net for you.
Yeah.
And that's nothing, dude.
Yeah.
You need another job immediately, and then you make even less than that. You need $4,000. Like, this is a minimum survival amount. $4,694.67.
Yeah.
Now, before, no reason to set anything aside for taxes because you guys don't really make enough. I mean, it's just more of a safety thing, but it's like.
So would you recommend, like, I watch a lot of your shows, do you get the emergency fund first, or we start paying the things before the deferred interest comes in?
Because you guys have kids, I would love to see like a 2-month emergency fund before throwing things. But
I've gotten up to like
$8,000. That's $9,000 you guys would need to hit that 2 month. And right now, again,
Yeah.
You guys are literally with the food stamps even included in the income. You guys are still
Oh, I also get 338 from the VA. I'm 20% disabled.
238.
338.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot about that.
With that, total coming in $5,060 with all the benefits. So you actually do walk out with an extra $300 on a monthly basis if you budget down to the most basic thing. But again, just getting a 2-month emergency fund, my dudes, takes 30 months, 30 months or 2.5 years.
Yeah.
30 months. So it's basically this. I mean, this is not an answer. That's not an answer. Cutting back spending is hardly an answer. The very clear thing right now is obviously you need to cut back spending.
Oh, yeah.
But what I need you guys to do after this, on your long ride home, we're talking, where do we want to maybe we need to talk to the virtual therapist about this. Let me pay for one session, okay? Let me pay for a session of couples therapy and just see if maybe you guys vibe with it. Let me pay for an intro session. You just send me the invoice. I'll pay for it. Just go through that. And through that, hopefully, you do a couple sessions, decide where you guys want to be. Is it Florida? Is it back in California? Where do we need to be that we can put down roots? Because, if you go out and you try to go get like a better paying job and you try to establish something and then we're moving in a month, it's like everything's chaos. Everything's chaos right now. The world's on fire in your life. I need you guys to be established somewhere. I need you to start focusing on your career. Take advantage of the services in the area to hopefully have the kids covered. They're going to be headed into grade school soon. That'll be helping. One of them is still a couple years away, but kindergarten at least.
Well, yeah, one's still away and one got kicked out of kindergarten.
Why?
She hits.
She hits.
This teacher.
She hits the teachers.
The teacher told her something about you have to be good to be good, and she just threw a chair at her.
Listen, I love a good Waffle House 3 a.m. fight, but I don't think we need to be doing that in a kindergarten class. But what the do I know? I don't have a 3-year-old, nor do I want one. So, or 4, whatever.
Yeah.
A lot. Yeah.
If you guys don't decide where you're going to be, what even a year down the road of your life looks like, there's no conversation to be had. So you guys need to determine that. Then you really need to stick to the budget. Figure out what your real budget is. This is a high level thing. Yeah. Maybe you're breaking even. Maybe there's an extra $100 to be found. Maybe you're actually negative. We need to figure that out. When you're moving, benefits might be, affected.
Well, we were hoping to stay here until we pay off debt and save up.
Okay. Well, to be very clear,
it's going to take forever.
Like I said, I haven't told you this yet, but my dad has offered to help us get a house. He'll pay the down payment and everything.
I don't know if I want you guys to be in a house because, I would right now to be clear, because
well, we have no storm shelter.
But
and we're in the city of tornadoes, and there's been
you're in the tornado alley. I know.
Yeah, and so
but we're literally going to buy a house for that purpose. Well, I don't know.
It's my dad's thing.
Okay, well, either way, fine. If your dad's going to do that, then he better agree to pay for anything that breaks. Because that's the concern is once you guys get in a home, the AC breaks or whatever breaks, and it's all of a sudden tens of thousands of dollars on your plate. Need a new roof, and insurance doesn't cover it. It's all this extra stuff. Maybe you get a massive property tax increase for whatever reason.
We've talked about
all this that is beyond out of your control, where even right now, renting is more affordable nationwide on average right now than home ownership. Home ownership is something I want you to have overall because I want you to be without a minimum monthly payment in terms of living by the time you retire. But again, this is
it's a very rare thing for my dad to come through, but he is very well off, and so
what's well off?
Multi-millionaire.
What's multi?
I don't know.
Okay.
He will tell us.
He goes around the world fixing Apple stores, so
he doesn't need to tell you, but I was more curious than anything.
Yeah.
Well, good for him.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys can.
He didn't get it until his late 40s, so
fucking sacrifice and actually, let's instead not have to wait for our mid 40s. Let's start doing that in our late 30s. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. 40 in our early 30s. You're almost mid 30s next month.
Does your dad know you have magical powers?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you should see.
When
she tells stories,
he's like, this is his face, guys.
It's my face. That's the audience's face.
And then all his friends are like, oh my God, you do. And he gets really upset. My daughter's good at something. Oh no.
I don't think that's the issue.
It's a lot. You don't know my dad. He's trying his best.
Okay. Plus the 1 month emergency fund, paying off your debt. I mean, at this pace, and this is even if it's accurate, it takes 203 months. So again, I don't think that's the conversation.
Yeah, that's like
This is you gotta just figure out some basics first.
The job I applied for that I'm waiting for in a week, they said they on average
Literally
the girl
17 years.
makes $1,200 a week. So that's why
What was it again? Oh, Texas Roadhouse.
she makes
Serving?
$1,200 a week.
Okay.
Part time. I'm gonna go haul. I don't care if it's 2 a.m.
yeah, that would be.
I
I mean,
have
let's
no
be
problem.
candid here. I mean, well, never mind. Let's not be candid. There are people take things the wrong way out there. So, no candidness. But some people make more money for certain reasons in the serving job.
I mean, you think that I'm this negative person, but like, if you want him to, like, he was just telling me, he's like, you walk in somewhere and people give you things, and people, you're so kind to people. You're always telling them how
It's a
good of a
magical
person.
aura, so they just give you things.
No, it's just you're a good person and you really want to reach out to the next person, but you don't bullshit. You don't say that like, hey, if I'm not having a great day, like, hey, I'm not having a great day, and you're honest.
I'm about to have a great day after this because you're gonna blow Noah's mind. Spending in a budget is ridiculous. We're outspending everything. Our budget is stupid. 0 out of 10. Not even a consideration. Debt. Luckily, we don't have collections or IRS debt, but it's still pretty bad. I think it's going to be about a 2 out of 10 emergency fund. There's nothing in savings.
Not anymore.
Okay, 0 out of 10. Retirement, 0 out of 10. Real estate, 0 out of 10. Being generous, Hammer Financial score 0.5 out of 10. Make sure to check out all the resources linked in the description below, as they are what I use or would use in specific situations, including the best budgeting program in the history of the internet. Now stick around for the post show. Noah's about to get up. Today on the Financial Audit Post Show.
Works for you, how you want it. I call it by guides. I call it by higher self. I call it here.
Get a little aggro in my little meditation. To watch the Financial Audit Post Show, click the join button below.